Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore. And I'm with the hottest battler in the UK and admin of the Battlespace English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
So yeah, Ayumu, how are you doing today?
All right.
Nice.
Nothing too unusual, I guess.
Very well. Actually, we got like one question in the comments that I already answered, but yeah.
What?
Yes.
We actually have questions.
Yeah, I think it's more like they are surprised, but I will just read it anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a short one. Were you in Japan for work in Tokyo?
What?
Are you in Japan right now, Ayumu?
No, I am not.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because I actually answered it in the comments, but sorry to disappoint you. I think I accidentally clickbaited with the title for the last episode. Because I clickbaited it with the title Drunk in Japan. Which, yeah. Which, unfortunately, as you can tell from the grammar, it's in past tense. I wish I am drunk in Japan like right now. But no, I'm just drunk in Germany, unfortunately.
Yeah, they probably misunderstood. I was saying I was having a trip in Japan 5 years ago by now.
Yeah. Oh, actually, is it possible that although we are like going to the different parts of Japan, if you are going like 5 years ago is 2018. There's a possibility that we might be in Japan like at the same time.
When were you there though?
Yeah, now that you mention it, I need to kind of see my Google Drive or maybe my email, like when the flight company send me my ticket. Which is going to be pretty long, so I'll go back to that later. But yeah, it's been a pretty slow week, especially for BSS as well. Now that BSS 04 is going to be delayed by 1 month to include the Evangelion collaboration.
Yeah. And then like also like at least for us Europeans, our next tournament is literally the Pro Tour, which is like more than 2 weeks later. So yeah, we can't have plenty of time to just like chill.
Yeah.
And do some more testing. But obviously, I think for the Americans, they have a few more tournaments, Grand Opens going around, I think.
Oh yeah, good for them.
Good for them indeed.
Yeah. now that the Germany Grand Open is cancelled, yeah, I was like, I took my time to take a break, especially since like the closest local form is like 2 hours away, one way by the way. So, yeah. I'm sorry guys, I wanted to come, but I need to sign off like the whole day. Like previously, admittedly, can kind of get away with that, but now I have a supervisor like looking closely at me, so I kind of wanted to avoid that. I mean, like I've been a good employee lately anyway, so might as well keep that streak going. My goodness. Oh yeah, and actually I've but yeah, it's not like I don't want to play with you guys. I really wanted to play with you guys, but I wish I could have somehow reached Aachen a little bit faster. Maybe it's a call for me to finally learn to drive.
Yeah, I probably have to learn how to drive soon as well. But I literally can't be bothered.
I know, right? But
yeah, especially since in the UK, like we don't really need to drive as long as you know how to take buses and trains.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's the same for me. It's because like, yeah, but I think like while you are quote unquote unemployed or not yet employed, I guess it's a good time because like the chance came for me after I graduated. I think I took a break like 1 to 2 months in my hometown, That was actually like my chance to learn how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I think 1 month into my holiday, quote unquote holiday, like because I finished uni, so I was unemployed. I like an invitation came from my sister in Singapore, like because I have 4 sisters, right? My second and third sister they met in Singapore, so it's like it has been planned. The idea has always been planted inside me that okay, I will graduate in Jakarta, and I will find a job in Singapore. I'm going to build my wealth, and then eventually, hopefully, coming back to Indonesia. At that point, I was still playing. Yeah, I actually just won like I just won the Vanguard Asia Championship, and then like yeah, Singapore then would be also very ideal because like the Vanguard community there is also very strong.
Fair enough, yeah.
So that was like it will be a really ideal situation if I can find a job in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents was also like, yeah, I guess if you wanted to do that, it will be most ideal if you go to Singapore now, stay there. So if you got like an interview call, then you will be able to answer them like right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there. I applied like 10 to 10 companies every day. I got like 2 calls, one actual interview, and no result.
Oof.
Yeah, I think also another factor that I always blame is that I think at that time Singapore has passed a bill that basically kind of limits the ability of companies to hire foreigners. So like the common thing is if you just graduated, then you will probably want to find a job in like a smaller company, right?
Yeah.
But the smaller company kind of cannot afford that because I think like the limit is like 5% of your employees. So basically, if you only have like 20 employee, then you can only hire one foreigner.
I see.
So yeah, it was pretty hard. So yeah, so knowing that it was already pretty hard, and then now you know that I was just to put it lightly, I was too lazy back then. So yeah, I was lacking the ability to kind of compete with the other more desirable foreigners like the graduates from India, for example, who probably have more who most likely will have more technical skills than I do. So yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. So I broke down and cried, and then my sister said, "Yeah, I mean like we have all since you to kind of put in perspective again, from when I was younger, from I was like middle school, we always had this idea that it will be a natural progression for me to find a job in Singapore. So like my sister said, like, yeah, I mean like you might think it's natural now, but it's like there's actually like nothing wrong if you wanted to start in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like that is why like my sister just gave me the wake up call, and then I opened the job search website again, and then then on top of still applying to Singaporean companies, maybe I need to try Indonesian companies as well. That is how I found so one of my friends actually like she's sharing like an opening in her company. So it's an insurance company originally, but like they are opening like a game division. I think probably for promotional purposes or kind of like for tutorial.
Like
So that is one.
game division.
Yeah,
One
game division in insurance
company.
company. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's more common than we would like to think because like when I visited Gamescom like last year, like one of the most familiar booth to me was actually my insurance company.
Oof.
Yeah, so it's like, huh. So they are having like a gacha, and then like the jackpot is they have a break room. So there's like this one cage, and then you can just break everything inside the cage.
Okay.
And yeah. And then like the second opening that I found is like the company that I was working for 4 years. Like that is also probably like the best job that I had so far. It is not like a game studio per se, because like at that time I graduated, so my degree was computer science. But the focus of my study was in multimedia development. Just like at that moment of time, it was like the closest thing that my uni has to offer to game development. But yeah, I think like the year after me, so my junior, will be like the first generation like of graduates that will be receiving Unity as their game development side of the course.
Okay.
So I was receiving JMonkey. So at that point, it was a game engine that was pretty much already left out, unfortunately. Which is probably why I was like, at that time I was like that kind of kid who, yeah, why should I learn something that I wouldn't use again, right? Which is probably my biggest mistake. My friend learned it either way, and then like I only survived that class because like the project is like in a group of 2, and then I got to convince him that, okay, so you do the code, I will do the paper, basically.
Right.
Yeah, and then like yeah, and because of that because he is much more willing to do like the practical work. Of course, by the time we graduate, he has more confidence in his technical skills. While I don't. Even up until now, I think like my technical skills aside, I think my technical skill is not as bad as I'd like to always say it. But like my confidence in it is always plummeting, because like, yeah, no matter how good I am, it's always feel like, fuck, like the people who graduate after me, they know like the more recent stuff. The people who graduate before me, they have like a stronger baseline. So even though they don't know the newer stuff, for them probably it's going the mantra that, okay, you learn one thing properly, then you can just move to the other things easier. Probably rings more true to them. But yeah, now that I am in Germany, I think like that actually like hinders me a lot, because like, yeah, technical wise, I just realized that even though my technical skill is not the best, it's probably not the one that will invent the new Discord or the new Facebook. It's not going to be there, but it's like good enough to kind of get things going. And I think like professionally, like if I am in a team, I think I can contribute well enough. But because of this lack of confidence, it's always like the first step is always to convince people, okay, I can do all of this. It's always like, because this lack of confidence always make me sell myself short. So it's like, it's something that I need to work on, definitely. But yeah, well, where was I? And then yeah, actually like I got into too far of a tangent. But yeah, basically the company that I work for, it was a company related to gaming. So it's not a gaming studio, but it's a company that is related to gaming, which is probably why I got to impress my my 10 bosses.
Your what?
My 10 bosses. My my CTO, so my chief technical officer, with my story of like actually like winning in Vanguard. It's like, yeah, it's like basically like, yeah, I have like in high interest in games. I just graduated. I know I can do programming. But yeah, so it was a fun experience indeed. I almost failed my probation, by the way. But yeah, as we have established in the last episode, like thankfully I have a really good boss. Like whenever I was like got to concede it or forget my path as a person, he's always the one who always reminded me. Like maybe admittedly, if I am a Gen Z, like the stereotypical Gen Z employee, I would have probably quit. Because of course, being much older, he is a little bit harsher with his words. But yeah, thankfully he did that. He, like, whenever I lost my way, he always reminded me. Whenever I'm feeling down, he's just like, yeah, you maybe need a little bit of breather. Let's go out, buy an ice cream or something. Like, it's always the simple gestures. That's why, yeah, I left the company, and then like, I left the company because I tried to chew a little bit too much of what I can, and then when I got so stressed, I registered for the master thesis, which my boss also reminded me that during my interview, I kind of say that, okay, so in 5 years, like, like the standard interview question, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And then like, I think one of the things that I mentioned is that I wanted to get a master's degree so I can get into more managerial position. And then he was like, okay, so you say that thing, like, it is in your roadmap that you would, by the third year, get a master's degree and aim for a higher position. It has been your fourth year working here, so like, yeah, maybe it's also like time to kind of like align back yourself back to the, like, the, how to say, like the roadmap that you have designed. So it just kind of like fall into pieces. Like when my sister was like, okay, so you are fed up with work, why not come here and get your master thesis?
Oh.
Yeah, and then like, okay, so I try to register. I expect nothing from it because I think it was like within like 3 months after I got rejected from my application to Rakuten. So at that time, like one of my friend landed a job in Rakuten in Japan, and he was like, yeah, I mean, like, he was still with the confidence of a new employee that he is trying to recommend everyone to kind of join Rakuten so he can get like the recruitment bonus, which is fair. That is what I will do as well if my company offers that. I think like every time my company offers like a recruitment bonus, I always try to introduce my friends. But yeah, unfortunately, I nobody got through the interview process, so I never got the reference bonus. But yeah, that also happened for my friend, unfortunately. So I tried to apply, and then like, yeah, I think he probably felt bad that I didn't get the job. So I was like, yeah, I was just like telling him, yeah, I didn't get it, and then like he just got contact. So yeah, that is a little bit sad though. I don't blame you. Like I was just bad. I was just like, I probably should have sold myself the way like they wanted to in Japanese market. Maybe if anything, if I needed his help, I probably should have asked him before before I applied, so that, okay, so like, how did you make your CV and everything? So I think like once I submitted everything, it's already a little bit too late. I never blame him anyway, and like, yeah, it's a little bit sad that he might have blamed himself like for me not passing, and then like he just blocked me. He didn't block me, but like he stopped replying to my messages. So yeah, it's a little bit sad, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just got rejected from Rakuten, so I was like, yeah, I don't have any particular high hopes into getting into this German university. I mean, like, yeah, my confidence is at its lowest, so it's like, yeah, fuck, I don't think I can do this anyway. I just apply and throw a Hail Mary at that. Maybe I will get in, and then, yeah, I think I have told the story before, but like, and then I got demoted, and then I got sent back to my job as an engineer, and then like, yeah, that was the happiest I have been. And then the letter from the university came, and now, yeah, turning back now. I have to go to Germany.
Oh my god, the moment you said there's no turning back now, like, I don't know, there was a weird image in my head, but I forgot about it.
My goodness. was it was it like was it like I was about to build my crime empire now because there's no turning back. I have dirtied my hands and now and now I have to commit to the whole bit. My goodness. But yeah. That was a not short story about my entire career now. My goodness. That was pretty short actually for an entire career.
Not enough career.
Yeah. Too bad. Yeah, because like I mean like that is like the interesting thing about like joining like a like getting a master's degree, right? Like you are like I got in when I was like 26, so I was like, yeah. Everyone is around my age, right? And then like my good friend when we met, he was like 23 or 22. Like fresh off his bachelor degree, and then he just went straight into getting a master's degree.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was he studying? Also,
Yeah, we are
engineering.
in the same class. Yeah, so
Okay, yeah.
it's business IT.
Okay.
Yeah, so my major is a little bit hard to explain because it's called digital transformation, which sounds really big, right? It's basically because like in Europe, lots of like yeah, especially in Germany actually. Maybe not in Europe, but like in Germany, like there's still lots of company that still relies on like the papers and everything, which is not bad. I mean like the first step in digital transformation is always to fix the management first. Because like without a good management, then the digitalization will do zero things. It will just overcomplicate things, increasing your costs, and yeah, it will do nothing unless you. So basically, if you think if you are having a small company and you are looking to digitalize your business, but you think that digitalization will kind of fix everything, it will not. So first, if you are still using like bookkeeping, if you are still bookkeeping with literal books, which probably you wouldn't. Probably now, especially if you are listening from Asia, it's probably not going to be relevant anyway because you probably are going to digitize everything from the beginning. But yeah, basically like digitalizing something basically introduce a new behavior, right? So from previously you have to record everything in a book. Now you have to record everything in an Excel sheet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically you are introducing a new behavior. This is like I think like that is actually the hardest part. Cause like changing human behavior is always like the most challenging thing.
I can never know how to use an Excel.
Oh my god.
I don't even know how I manage a part-time job using Excel to record data.
That's why you are unemployed now.
No, that was a one-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if I done it well or not. She gave me the money. I was like, that's that.
Yeah. I mean like speaking of part-time job that I still feel bad about this because like I was helping one of my sister's friend. And I think I did a pretty shit job at that because like I wasn't really familiar with the language that they are using. And then I think like I did a subpar job. Like I think I asked a lot. I took way too long. And I did all right. And then they did pay me the money, but it's like, yeah. Now whenever I met him, I kind of felt bad. That's probably what my friend is. I just say that about my friend, and that's probably what he's feeling like. Fuck, like I know it's not my totally my fault, but it's like In my case, it's my fault, but like in his case, like it's not even his fault, but it's like yeah, it just feels yeah, it feels awkward. You don't know what to say at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, same. Like I was like I was employed by my mom's friend.
Mm-mm.
I mean, nepotism, ain't it? And
Yeah, it always and like we always it's always hard to differ like actual connections and nepotism. I think
yeah,
it's
like
yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I
Mm-mm.
mean, whether you're poor or rich, there bounds to be some connections you have
Mm-mm.
that you're going to take advantage of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're not doing bad things from it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think the
At the
line
end, they need someone to help,
yeah,
and you need some money, and it
exactly.
just so happens that you know each other, that you see at each other at the right time, so
Yeah,
can't really argue about that, you know.
exactly. Yeah, I think the line is kind of crossed when you are not competent for it because like okay, for internship, for entry level jobs, I think it's kind of acceptable
Mm,
that you know someone in the company, so they kind of like have a sort of trust with you. I think that
yeah,
is acceptable, but like I think like where the line stops where it is the connection and start to become nepotism is if it's like a job that requires some kind of trait and you are clearly not competent you need some level of competencies for it and then you clearly don't have it but you got hired simply by the virtue of your knowing like someone from the higher ups.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that is
yeah.
why that is where the line ends because I think like
Mm,
with connections in Germany they have like a very delicate relationship with connections in working.
mm-hmm.
Like because if you know someone from the company, like personally, then usually it will be a deterrent. But you kind of have to build some sort of like surface level personal relationship with your recruiters, and you have to kind of like have references and everything. So basically, if someone can recommend you, then that's obviously going to be better. I think that's the same everywhere. So it is a pretty delicate relationship.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Because I think at that point, if you know someone and they recommend you, uh, then they will probably someone from the higher ups, and then they recommend you. Then probably the HR will be a little bit harsher with you because
Mm,
there's like already one personal advantage for you. But
yeah.
otherwise I think it's more like okay, your only advantage is probably okay. You probably can know like a job opening before it was like introduced to the masses. Like because posting it to like job boards and everything takes time, right? Then
Yeah.
maybe like one employee they were like announcing it like internally and then they said okay, yeah, maybe if you know someone you can introduce it to us. Then I think that is the limit where connection still doesn't give you like a unfair advantage. It's still I mean it's an advantage. It's bound to be unfair, but it's like not going to be game breaking because like okay, so you have a head start, but you are not guaranteed to get the job. You still have to prove yourself, but you get to prove yourself before you have too many competitions, basically.
Yeah.
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 Mm-mm. Yeah. Look at us, two unemployed people talking about being employed. We always dream of having things that we don't have. Anyway, yeah, actually, like I always say that I am employed as a research assistant, right? But yeah, I think like I just learned the other day in a job search workshop that in the eyes of the immigration, it is not a real job. So the I mean like legally that means that doesn't mean that it's bad. that means that all this time, on top of my research assistant job, I could have legally gotten an actual part-time job and still not pass my 20 days working limit per month. Like, goddamn, could have used that to get more money so I can buy more VSS boxes, isn't it? My goodness. Oh yeah, actually I just now that we have done talking about like the workplace and our dreams, I found the email where I applied for my Japan visa, like on 2018. So I was I was applying this like 1 month to 2 weeks before my trip, and it was around 16th of August. So that is also a pretty scary timing, because like in Indonesia we have way too many public holidays. And 16th of August means the very next day will be our Independence Day. So like if I failed to get into my appointment, that means my earliest appointment is in 2 days. In which like in this timing where time is of essence, it's going to be pretty harsh. But yeah, thank goodness the embassy gave me my visa on time, so I didn't have to burn through my bonus that year to get another ticket.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, that was when I should go between August and September. I think it's actually September, because I went for the Tokyo Game Show. Yeah. So when did you go? Since we are trying to find out whether we go at the same time.
No, I went there in July.
Well.
Yeah.
So you came back to Hong Kong and I came to Japan.
Kinda, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still kind of like maybe I was too tense back then. I was like when we were back at the hostel, like these two girls were chatting up to us and they were like asking like, oh yeah, so how was that? Because like they are looking at our I think like I think at that time we were farming freebies from the Love Plus booth. Yeah, do you know Love Plus? Love Plus. It is Love Plus.
Love Plus.
Yeah. It is.
I think I heard of it, but
yeah. Yeah, it is. I forgot where it is first released, but the game that I first played is in Nintendo DS. It is as its name implied.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah, it is a love simulation, and I think they made like a mobile version of it.
Really?
Yeah, but that's only in Japan.
There is iOS.
Well, even only in iPhones.
Yeah, but only for Japan. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, at that time they're kind of like advertising that. I don't think they even have like the demo ready. And then like we just line up, and then they gave us like a really big tote bag, like a extra large. It's way too large for anything that you want to do. And yeah, I just got that. Got all 3 characters. Just line up. And then we just leave it to one. So basically, I line up. I gave mine to my friend. He line up. And then my friend line up, and then I gave mine to him. I line up a second time until we both get all three packs. And I think we brought that back to the hotel, and we passed by these 2 girls in the hostel. And then yeah, they were like, so yeah, how's the anime in the city? I was like, fuck, how do I converse with another human being? Yeah, I probably should have followed that up. I was too tense. I think at that time I was like, yeah, no women. I don't want 3D women in front of my anime right now. My goodness. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything, but I should probably just follow it up. Maybe make some international friends. Like now, in order to make international friends, I have to play card games. Well, I mean, thanks to card games, I get to make more friends than I ever know what to do. But yeah, still, probably should have tried the traditional route once in a while. Just meeting people, chatting up with them, like seeing where your interests might intersect. If not, then yeah.
Yeah, we
Chatting.
tend to do that now.
Mm-mm.
When like, especially for me, when I don't even go to university anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
So like the only way to make friends is really just go online,
Mm-mm.
find some communities,
Yeah,
have a meetup,
yeah.
and like, but like because I'm still an introvert, so
Mm-mm.
most of the time I would just be sitting there for 2 to 3 hours just.
Yeah. And yeah, it's I mean like when once you are really used to get living alone, it's also really hard to kind of like, yeah, why should I justify like even the anime is better than 3D joke aside. Is it even a joke? But yeah, that aside, when you are so used to living alone, like going out of your way and basically going somewhere without a clear goal, because like getting groceries is a clear goal, getting your picking up your packages is a clear goal, but like meeting up with someone without the prospect of actually doing any concrete activity, then it's not really a clear goal, right? Like going out with someone you know is a little, you already know is a little bit different because then you can plan stuff, but like you just know them, okay, so we'll meet, don't know what we are going to do. It's kind of daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, usually these situations they have a gathering every month or so,
Mm-mm.
and then like as a new person, you just join the gatherings.
Yeah.
So it's usually in a pub, and
Oh.
then yeah, and then I just sit down and talk. But yeah, it's kind of awkward. You don't really know what you can talk about,
Yeah, exactly.
and you don't know whatever you say will offend someone. So no. But that's one I really like is kind of part of for NaNoWriMo. Uh, I can't remember what's the full name, but like it's like you gather together to write something in November.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
in
yeah.
November, yes, well, apparently the writing month. Yeah, we have a group for that.
Oh, yeah.
So like even outside of November, they tend to do like they try to do weekly meetups. But literally we sit down, we don't really talk, and we just sit down and start typing and writing.
Oh my god, what a bunch of nerds.
Fuck you. Uh,
Me.
but no, that's the purpose. Like we just want an atmosphere of writing, but
Yeah.
we don't necessarily have to talk to each other.
Ah, yeah, true.
We can if we like want some ideas or things like that, but it's not a must. And talking about that, I should check soon if they have another meetup sometime soon. I've been up for quite a while. I will start doing anything.
Yeah, now that you mention it, maybe I can check as well. Because like there's the Germany branch for it, and as hypocritical as it is, as I just say that they are a bunch of nerds, I'm also part of the same organization. Fuck it.
Yeah,
But
there should be one for your region. Like
yeah.
my region is literally specifically for Newcastle and Durham. Yeah, yeah. So like if you join the NaNoWriMo event before, you set up an account, and then on their website, you'll be able to find other accounts within your area, and then also like a chat room for that. So like sometimes they might have make another chat room. In my case, a Discord server. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, might be a time to practice my German now. Yeah. I think I got quite decent with it, but like now, it's the same case with my English. Sometimes I can be. There are two things. One is I think faster than I speak. That is why like I speak quite fast because I wanted to keep up with what I was thinking. I mean, like I think it's the case with most people, right? We always think faster than what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And then like because I know my English is not perfect, like I think with speaking it's always the hardest, like knowing the timings, right? Like how fast you should speak, how slow you should speak. It's always the hardest to kind of like adjust that. So like whenever
Yeah.
I think it's more natural for me to speak a little bit faster, and in that way I think I subconsciously wanted to do that to kind of like hide the flaws in my pronunciation. Because I think like, yeah, with all communications you kind of just get the patterns, right? Okay, so I think he said the first syllable is this, the last syllable is this. You just unconsciously kind of like how to say, fuck, what is the word? You basically just inferred from that. Okay, so he's probably saying pronunciation, which is, yeah, I might say pronunciation and pronunciation, like those are like the, whether it's the faster or slow, then depending on how often you speak with that person, you can kind of tell, oh, he's talking about this thing. So yeah, I think
Yeah. Well, if you're speaking in general, then especially in English, there will be a lot of times where you just blur out the words.
Yeah.
Because it's more convenient to speak that way.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's natural, like if you haven't specifically practiced on pronouncing words, it's very natural to just blur everything out.
Yeah.
I still blur out my words sometimes, but even for me, I already did specific practices when I was small because I was in recite competitions, like reciting prose and poems. I once had to recite 2 pages of a prose in Chinese. And then I got sick on the day.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
And yeah, and then also, as mentioned before, I was also in the choir. So singing practices would also help with pronouncing words in general. Especially since I later on to university, I also start rapping, so that also helps a bit.
Nice.
Especially like when you like want to rap well, then like you will subconsciously want to pronounce every word better. Even though obviously when you're actually rapping, then there will still be some sounds that get blurred out. Usually you can't listen to them because of like high quality mic, and then there's obviously instrumental in the background. But there will be some words that you blur out. But during the practice, you will subconsciously be training to speak more accurately as well.
True. Yeah. That's also probably why I am shit at Mandarin. Just like, yeah, now you have to, yeah, especially also the thing that I was always felt a little bit jarring is like whenever we are in a class, the Lao Shi always speaks slowly, right? So that you can understand, like you can kind of like catch how you should pronounce things.
Yeah.
And then you go to, and then for me, I don't have to go to China. I can just go to Singapore. I go to the market, and then people are speaking in the Chinatown, they are speaking Mandarin. Or even Cantonese, because I am a racist. Just kidding. Because I was not familiar with both languages enough that I cannot differ them. But it's like, yeah, or actually like the one thing that I probably could have I should have probably chosen as the example is they have like this one channel that is like totally in Mandarin,
and
then you listen to this channel and they are speaking quickly.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even? Yeah, that is why I am struggling to understand like language that are either like Mandarin, which you need to pay attention to the details, but you are actually speaking it quickly, or fluid languages like Thai, Indian, Arabic, like where the sound kind of like when you start talking, then you kind of like everything just melts into one sound.
Just Spanish for you.
Yeah. Is it? But yeah, I think I don't know if that's the case or it's just when you don't understand the language enough, then it always sounds like that. Because I think I watch too much abroad in Japan, right? And then like whenever they talk about why Japanese people are struggling with English, like because they are not familiar with like listening to like whole sentences. Like this for most people, like of course there are exceptions, but like because they are not used to like hearing like the actual like English sentences like that are spoken by normal people. I can understand like English words, but like when it starts to be a sentence, because like people will speak how to say, like your speech will be much more flowing than like just saying one word, right? So to them, like one sentence sounds like one very long word, which in German might actually be the case.
Yeah, I think it's the same case in German. Definitely so for me.
Yeah.
Well, for the Japanese, it's also because English uses a different grammatical structure.
Oh yeah, true.
With Japanese, it's a different grammatical structure. It's harder for them to even make out
Oh yeah.
the divisions, the structures of a sentence. So it's going to be much harder for them to recognize what's going on.
Oh yeah, now that you mentioned that, actually like Indonesian like grammar is actually pretty similar to English. That's probably
it
why
is.
it's easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've told you before, right? Like the interesting way like where like the Malay language and Indonesian diverges.
Yeah.
Because like we absorb more Dutch influence and they absorb more English influence. Yeah. For the most part, we still understand each other. That is good. But yeah, I go to Singapore and then I stop. I stop understanding everything. No, just kidding. But it's like
Mandarin is hard in general. It's slightly easier than Japanese, I would say, because in terms of structure, it's actually similar to English. But the annoying part is that it only has so many sounds, and it depends so much on the, what do you call them, accents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
The sounds, right? Yeah,
like that. It
word
becomes
sounds.
very hard to figure out what they actually try to talk about. Like, because like Japanese, obviously Japanese sometimes they still depends on accents, but Japanese is more of a context-based language.
Yeah.
So that if you understand what's going on, then you more or less can guess which word they're referring to when using a specific sound. But it's different with Chinese because literally each of the sound can just mean different things but still works in the same context.
Yeah. And then there's like the secret rules that kind of threw you off. Like you go to the first lesson, your lao shi say that okay, there are 4 sounds. No, that is a lie because there's the fifth sound, which is like the neutral, like the
Oh
neutral
yeah,
accent. My
yeah, yeah.
goodness. Yeah, it's the small things that made Mandarin annoying.
Have I told you that Cantonese has at least 9 accents?
Holy fuck. I was like about to ask you like if I cuz like I had to I always ended up like befriending like Chinese people, right? Like
Mm.
inevitably. Like whenever I go because like most of the people I hang out with are either from Hong Kong or Singapore or Malaysia, so it's like inevitable that they're pretty much going to be Chinese. So yeah, it's like
Mhm.
sometimes I do feel like okay, so maybe it's while I have friends that I can practice with, maybe it's a good time to kind of pick Mandarin back up. But yeah, it's kind of sometimes I was like asking like whether I should learn Mandarin or Cantonese, and then like recently I've been not reading, but like I've been spotting comments that Cantonese is actually harder than Mandarin. So I was like about to ask you like if I wanted to start now, like should I learn Mandarin or Cantonese?
Mandarin is definitely better.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the difficulty, Mandarin is certainly useful than Cantonese.
Mm-mm.
At least in the current society, as much as I hate to admit that.
Oh. Yeah, because like I think like most people in Singapore they also speak Cantonese,
Wait, where?
and yeah, in Singapore.
I don't know actually.
Yeah.
But for sure, if you speak Mandarin, then probably more people will understand
True.
than Cantonese.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think
But
because like yeah.
you can always like move on to the other one, since like the written system is exactly the same. Excuse me.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah, so like
Mm-mm.
you learn Mandarin first, and then it's a matter of how many sounds you wanna. Do you wanna learn this word that to speak in both Mandarin and Cantonese?
Mm-mm.
And then now you realize this word actually writes the same in Japanese as well.
Yeah.
And now you fuck up your language system because everything is so similar.
Yeah, exactly. That is also why my English is now deteriorating because my German is actually starting to get better. It's still shit. Still the shittest language that I know, but it's the more I get a better understanding of one language, my understanding of the other language starts to fall down. My goodness.
Yeah, it happens.
It
Like,
happens.
if you tell me to write Spanish now, I can still write it, well, with a dictionary,
Mm-mm.
but I can't speak it anymore.
True.
Because
Yeah,
now I'm
man.
totally focused on Japanese, if anything, and then next to that,
Mm-mm.
probably German. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I'm also pretty nervous now because I'm going to have a job interview finally after a while in German. So yeah, I will try to throw a Hail Mary and hopefully I can impress them enough. Otherwise, I hope that the interviewer will be kind enough to converse in English. Although that will probably take off some points because if they're a small enough company, then maybe they will not have enough English speaker, or they might require me to converse with the clients, which is even less likely going to speak English because like with IT you kind of forced to learn English, but with sales you are not as forced to learn English, and it will probably be when you are meeting with the clients, and you will probably be meeting with the business people who might or might not know English. Oh yeah, that is the challenge. But then again, like one of my I guess like I've been talking with my family a lot about how to get jobs in Germany, and then like one of the alternatives is actually getting into the Japanese company that are which there are a lot in Germany, especially since I live near Dusseldorf, where it's like one of the place with the highest density of like Japanese citizen in Europe even. Which is why I got to bring you to lots of like delicious Japanese food here. maybe next time. But yeah. But then again, there's always the fear that okay, so most of the job is actually like being like an IT administrator. So yeah, I guess I can install I can install Windows. I can probably sensibly restart a PC for other people. But yeah, I forgot that IT administrator means you kind of have to set up security for people. And working in an office as an IT infrastructure person, I think that will be the most painful part. Telling people that they should not open the email, their email that said that they are winning a lottery from Nigerian prince. So yeah, for the 25th time, Mr. Tanaka, you did not win any lottery. You don't have a secret Nigerian prince cousin that wants to give you like a whole lot of money. My goodness. My goodness, Tanaka. Just shut up and take your careers home. My goodness. But yeah, we will see. Actually, I probably should also look for opportunity in the Netherlands. It is close enough after all. Might as well. Even if I have to move, it will still be pretty close to my family. So yeah, we will see. We shall see what the future has in store for us.
Lemons.
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, I still have to extend my German visa before I can get my US visa. So it is starting to get worrying because I tried to contact the immigration office and they are still not answering. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like,
oh no.
Yeah, they can be pretty slow with how they make appointments. So it's like, yeah, hopefully I can get things on time. I don't know if I can just apply with my new passport and then like say like, okay, so if there is any disparity in my documents, it's because I changed my passport. So yeah, if I can do that, then that will clear up a lot of things. So I can just go into the extension process, get my visa, get back to Germany after I am done with the World Championship, and continue to look for jobs. Yeah, otherwise, it will be pretty sad if I have to come to the World Championship as an iPad. Like, imagine.
As an what?
As an iPad.
As an iPad?
Yeah, so basically, I'll just call you like desperately, like, Ayumu, can you turn on your camera? I just want to see the venue.
Oh, bruh.
My goodness. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to resort to that. I will try. I'll try to resolve everything as timely as possible. Yeah, I have some paperwork that I need to finish as well. My goodness. Living in Germany and then having to deal with paperwork. Like, why am I even surprised? My goodness. Yeah, learning if I relearn Mandarin, that will be my 5th language.
Wow.
Which is supposed to be my second language, but it's going to be my 5th language. And if I want to cheat, it will be my 6th language.
Gee.
Yeah. Cause yeah, I mean, like living in Indonesia, the good thing is you can always cheat, saying like, okay, I know the regional language, so I by default when I speak English, I know 3 languages.
I mean, it's the same for us. Like, I always classify Mandarin Cantonese as a one language, and then I was in high school, and then our biology teacher, of all people, because he just somehow likes to talk about the future of students. And then just keep saying, look at these Chinese students. They're so good. They know they know free language by default: Mandarin, Cantonese, and English. And then I was like, guess I'll take that.
Yep. Let's take the W when we can. Yeah. But I think like with my nephew and nieces, they are going to know like 3 languages. Like they are for real going to know 3 languages because like of course they are schooled in German, so they are going to be familiar with German. In their homes, their mother is forcing them to speak Indonesian.
Mm.
And then because my sister partly just gives them like lots of cocomelon, the part which is to my dismay, because sometimes I have to babysit them, and by babysitting them means I have to make sure that they do not get hurt while they are enjoying their 2 hours of cocomelon back to back. Yeah, I'm questioning my sanity sometimes, but yeah. So I think they can somewhat respond to English as well. While I have to be bribed by my American teacher to kind of be able to speak English and be thrown into Singapore with no tickets, with nothing but the wealth of cash. How miserable was my life? My God. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like it's the situation where you can kind of say like, money doesn't matter. Like, how can money help you if you don't know how to buy things and how to not get cheated.
Yeah.
Like imagine you don't know the English for the numbers, and then you paid 15 Singapore dollars for a $3 Singapore dollars noodle. My God. Yeah.
Oh God.
Thank goodness you can still see the pills, but it's like also then you cannot protest. That's like it's not like the money itself doesn't matter, but it's like money is not the one that is helping you. It's your language that is helping you to get through the day. My goodness. Yeah. I always like the way that Singaporean always have like 3 prices for the same thing. Like basically, they did not say like it's small, medium, large, and then you just have to believe that if you pay more, then they will give you more. My goodness. But yeah, if you are given the choice, then like if you go to like a food court and then you want to buy like a Hokkien mee, like how do I describe it? I don't think it's even came from Hokkien. It's like a dry noodle with seafood. But anyway, there's this dish called Hokkien mee in Singapore. And you are given the choice to pay 4, 5, or 6 Singapore dollars. Like which would you lean to normally? I guess, yeah. This one. So yeah, I guess yeah, because I don't think you and me are like a big eaters anyway, right? So you'll probably want the smaller ones. Probably go with the larger ones.
You talk about the size. I was thinking.
Yeah, no, because it's like 4, 5, 6. So you just they don't say like it's a small, medium, large, but it's like they just give you like the price directly, like 4, 5, 6. You can pay whichever. So basically,
yeah, actually, I would still take 4. Yeah, considering if I'm a tourist there, I mean, I would eat less, so that if I'm still hungry, I can eat other things.
That is a smart strategy actually.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I'm always a half tourist, because like my sister lived there, so I was like, whenever I go there, I am technically still a tourist, but I'm on the mindset that I kind of live here. So like I've been here, like I will be here, like I will, if I don't try this dish now, I will be here again in 6 months. So yeah, nothing to lose now. I'll just eat more of what I actually like. Yeah, I think I would only opt for small if I am not familiar with the dish. Like I think like the first time I bought like the Singaporean laksa. Although like we also have laksa in Indonesia technically, but it's like I don't know what is at that point. It's like I was not familiar with the dish at all. And then like I'll buy the small one, so if I don't like it, then I don't have to waste too much. If I know I would like it, then I would probably opt out for large. Although admittedly, sometimes their large is actually like a family portion, so it's like stupidly too much. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like that one time I think I ordered like the largest Hokkien mee, and then it was like 7 Singapore dollars. And you know, like those white plates where they serve fish with, like if in Chinese restaurant where they serve like the whole fish.
Yeah.
And then they have like this really long plate, so I think they kind of use that. It's like, what? If this is meat, then I will probably be able to finish it. It's like it's all noodles.
That's a lot of carbs.
Yeah, too many carbs. And it's like 2 types of noodle as well. It's like egg noodle and rice noodle. So don't get me wrong, it's extremely delicious, but it's like at that point it's too much noodle.
You fat fuck.
Yes, I know it. Although like I said that, but in Indonesia, like because like our street food works a little bit differently. So the most common street food is the one that Uncle Roger always brought up. It's nasi goreng, right? It's just fried rice. Basically, if you go to like a normal, like a typical, like a nasi goreng stall, they usually have like 3 options, which is like what carbs do you want. So basically, they have nasi, which is rice, mee, which is the egg noodle usually. When they say mee, it's usually the egg noodle, and then bihun, which is like the rice noodle. And then if you are lucky, they might have kway teow, which is another form of rice noodle.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think some bihun they make it with corn, but yeah. Anyway, the point is like, you choose which carb you want, and then they will probably have only like 1 or 2 ways to cook it. So like, the basic one is of course the goreng, which is just stir fried. So goreng means fried, but when in the context of this dish, it's always stir fried. And then there's this called gila, which literally means crazy. But usually what that means is they just took the toppings, they just stir fry the toppings, and then they kind of like reheat probably wouldn't even reheat the. It's usually only for rice, since you don't really need to reheat rice, right? So basically, they just take some rice and then they stir fry the topping and then they put it on top of the rice. So that is nasi gila.
Okay.
And then there is nasi goreng gila, which is basically every single topping that they have, they fry the rice and then they make the topping, they stir fry the topping and then they put it on top of the rice. Oh yeah, because like before that, there's the first level is actually you choose like whether you want what is your protein. So do you want nothing, or by default you have eggs. So the next level is either do you want chicken or sausage, kind of thing. Most likely they would not have seafood because seafood is harder to carry around. They are usually a mobile stall, so they wouldn't want to carry something that would spoil quickly. Since they don't have refrigeration as well. So yeah, probably usually going to be either the really cheap sausage, which is basically just a hot dog, or chicken, fried chicken that they just tear apart. So yeah, basically if you ordered like the nasi goreng gila, then you will be given every single topping that they have in store.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I'm going to make you even more hungry because there is another layer. This is actually a pretty regional style, but I guess if you know the ingredients, you can basically ask the seller to make you anything. They will just make up a price afterwards. But yeah, but in my hometown, it's actually a regional variant called nasi goreng mawut, which means mawut is more into like messy. Which is basically one of the toppings for the nasi goreng is a mee goreng.
Okay.
So yeah, I think like the worst that I went through is actually instead of ordering like a nasi goreng mawut, my friend who came from like Central Java, he teach me like, so Theodore, you go to the nasi goreng seller, you ask him this. You want nasi goreng gila, but you want a little bit of the noodle as well. I think that is the most I have spent in a nasi goreng stall, and that is like the most sinful thing I've made in a nasi goreng stall. But it's like, goddamn, as much as I don't want to admit it, it's fucking good.
Mm.
And yeah, that's not even the worst part of the night. If you, in our hypothetical night out in Jakarta, so okay, so you'll probably this is probably your first night in Jakarta. Probably second night. So first night probably you will want to get over your hangover. I'll probably just give you some cup noodles so that you have something that can easily get into your stomach, and then you can sleep until the second day. So this is our first night out. So first we get nasi goreng. You'll probably get like the standard one because you don't want to eat too much yet. And then, because we didn't eat too much, we're going to get dessert, which is in Jakarta, it's a dish. It's basically our pancake dish, which is can be very divisive because like every single region has their own way to call it, and some of them kind of clashes with each other. That is why it's pretty divisive. In Jakarta, they call it martabak manis.
Okay.
And that is like the most, I think that is arguably one of the most calorific dessert you could have in the entire world. Like I don't know how my post is still even working now, because basically you have like this tall the kind of deep pan, that's the cast iron pan, and they spread the pancake batter on it, and then they put like a shit ton of sugar so it will bloom. I guess it will kind of rise, and then once it rises, they took it once it rises, and then the outer shell is a little bit has gained some color. It's a little bit brown from the it's not burnt, but it's like it's starting to brown a little bit, and they will take it off. They will slather either margarine or butter on top of it. And then on top of that is a topping of your choice, which the three trifecta of the most standard but also most popular toppings are chocolate sprinkles. So the one that I bought in the Netherlands the other day. And then cheddar cheese, because that is somehow for us like cheddar cheese is like the default, like if you want the dessert for some reason, and or peanut. Or peanut, sorry, peanut or peanut butter. So depending on the shop. So some have like peanut butter, some have just straight up peanuts. So that is like the trifecta. So like if you want, since this is our first night, we want to make it special, I will just get you like the very very special one which has all three. So the chocolate, the cheese, and the peanuts. So they just grab the chocolate sprinkles by the handful and filled the whole thing up. And to note that he will this is not an open face pancake. He will fold it eventually, so you get chocolate on both on both faces. And chocolate sprinkles is like 90% sugar. And anyway, and then to kind of glue everything together to the pancake, they will toss it with condensed milk, like the sugary condensed milk. And then they will cut it up. They will fold the pancake, and then after that, they will take their butter knife again, slather it on margarine or butter, and then do one last swipe on top of the whole goddamn thing. And then so basically, and then they will cut it up so you don't. If you eat the whole thing, then it's going to be really worrying. You probably just went through a breakup or something. Then you will probably eat the whole box. But otherwise, one or two, for the most part, that should be enough. But even then, it's like, god damn, I survived that, and I don't. I somehow were not enjoying like the Turkish desserts. Because I think the source of the calorie is different, and to note also like you can put all sorts of things inside. I think like some of the more modern stores even lets you add Nutella. So yeah, it's way too decadent at that point.
Yeah, no, I don't like sweet stuff at all.
Yeah, but I think at that point actually like the martabak is way less sweeter than like the Turkish desserts. I think like even when I came back from my keto diet, so the one where I just try to eat no rice, and then after that I everything that is sweet just tastes like really bad to me. But like that is one of the things that I can tolerate, and it's just it's way too good. So I guess if you are not good at too sweet stuff, then maybe we can just get like cheese and peanut. And that's like more like
yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah, I think that will make it like a kind of like savory sweet. I think it's going to be better for you. But yeah, it's the most calorific dinner. And then after that, maybe just B30 at that point. Yeah, that is the first night. And then the second night, I guess we can go a little bit lighter. Maybe just get like a chicken and lamb skewer. Like maybe half. And then you can either choose to just eat it with like the sweet soy sauce. Okay, have I given you like the sweet soy sauce? I think I have given you the sweet soy sauce, right?
Yeah, you gave me that before. That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you either just use that and some chili, or basically we made we use peanut sauce and then we put the sweet soy sauce on top of it. So yeah, either that is for to raise your blood level, because I don't know, like I think like for us eating lamb is pretty much identical to raising your how to say, like it's not sugar blood level, right? Yeah, we call it like the high blood pressure. Yeah, I think it's high blood pressure. It makes you feel really hot, especially since in Indonesia it's already hot as it is, so you don't really need your body temperature to rise as well. So yeah, that will probably be for the second night, and then we'll probably get one of the Chinese ice cream that is now enroaching the capital. My goodness, because like there's this one Chinese chain English chain ice cream store called Mishue. So when they were like starting to entering like the Indonesian market, it's like it kind of becomes a meme, because like everyone and their aunt kind of like whenever they have like an empty space, they just open a Mishue there. So
okay.
Like, yeah. So like basically you have like a particularly peaceful street. It's kind of like a shop. Like there's a shop arcade probably in front of your house, but yeah, you don't really worry too much. And then you suddenly wake up. You're sleepy to get to work, and then just see the bright red Mishue like just standing in front of your house, like suddenly. My goodness. So it kind of becomes a meme also, because like I think like one of it is also the funny part, like because like one of the store they kind of wanted to play the Mishue song, like because they have like their own theme song, right? I think like they were not given like a DVD or something, so they just search on YouTube, and probably they don't understand English enough, and then like the title of the video that was posted to YouTube is like the Mishue brainwashing song.
Wow.
Oh well. So yeah, pretty much not helping our situation as Chinese Indonesian, but yeah. My goodness. Yeah, what else? So that is the second night. What will I bring you on the third night? just McDonald's at that point. What else do I introduce to you? I guess at that point we'll just go through. Yeah. Actually, there's one. Like if we are in Jakarta, then the next thing that I might want to take you to is like the fried chicken joint.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, because we fry our chicken naked. Like basically we just marinate it and we just throw it into the fryer.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can either have that fried or grilled. So it's flame grilled with actual coal. I actually kind of prefer the grilled now. When I was younger, of course, I preferred like the fried one, but like now that I am older and wiser, I prefer the grilled chicken now. It's some serious shit. Although they can be a little bit colder since the coal can only get so hot. But yeah, you usually you sit down and then you choose which part of the chicken that you want. So you can choose to fry any innards imaginable. You can have the feet and the head if you want. Usually I will just go traditionally I will just go the usual chicken breast grilled, and then I will fry one gizzard, one wing, one skin. Then yeah, that's probably going to be it. That's a lie, but yeah. And then maybe some tofu and tempeh as well, fried. Yeah, that is nice. And then like there is an option you can just eat that with white rice, or you can use nasi uduk, which is basically the rice that is kind of it's kind of cooked with coconut milk. So it's really rich. I usually cut that if I go to the fried chicken joint because it's like one. It's like a once in 2 weeks thing, right? Yeah, I can afford the calorie a little bit. So why not? I'll probably order 2 of the rice because they will give you the sambal as well. So yeah, rice and sambal, it's a dangerous combination. Like if you give an Indonesian like any meat, they will finish it. But like if you give them like a whole tub of rice and a whole tub of sambal, you will be surprised how fast it will go. My God. Yeah. So yeah, what will you get actually? Like, what is there any chicken innards that you actually like?
No.
Oh. Maybe you will. maybe your opinion will change in that trip. But yeah, I think like I kind of like I think the only innard that I don't like is actually the liver.
Okay.
Because it kind of like subsets your expectations a lot. Like you see the liver, it looks hard in a good way. Like you look at it and you expect a chew, and then you bite on it and then it's just crumbles, and then it has like this really bitter aftertaste. So it's like
yeah, I don't understand why people like liver.
Yeah, liver is the only thing that I can understand. Like the other I can somewhat understand. I guess my mom actually like trapped me to eat like the chicken heart. Because at the time I was like really obsessed with the quail legs. And then like because I was a kid, so if I like something that I will eat like way too much of it, right? And quail legs, it's not going to be healthy for you if you eat too much. So I don't know if my mom intentionally does that, but she just basically boiled some chicken heart, but with the seasoning for the quail eggs. So like the first few bites, I did not even realize that it's not quail eggs. It's like, why is there no yolk? There's no yolk. I think I finished like half a bowl before I realized that it's not quail eggs. Oh, turns out I was already stupid from back then. But yeah. But yeah, then the drink was probably another bitter tea because it's free.
And another what?
Bitter tea, like the
bitter tea.
Yeah, tea without sugar.
Okay. I'm fine with tea without sugar.
Yeah, also because it's free. Yeah, for some reason, if you add sugar, then it's going to be much more expensive. You would go from 0 to like 10 cents. My goodness. So yeah, that was going to be like the second night. So, oh yeah, you can actually get fish sometimes depending on the joint. But yeah, it's going to be like either grilled or fried. And to speak frankly, I don't really rate our fish. Our fish is prepared a little bit differently than it is in the West. For me, it's a little bit too fishy, so I don't really like it. But if you like the fishy taste of fish, then go for it. But I don't. I don't. So I will not eat the fish in the near future. So yeah, that will be the third night. Now that you have eaten like the good stuff, you have eaten the satay, which is the chicken skewers. You have eaten the nasi goreng, which is standard. You have gotten the chicken joint, which is like the actual good thing. Now I'm going to bring you to the part that the junk foodie part. So our fourth night will be in a warmindo, which is the short for warung makan Indomie, which is like the joint to eat Indomie, which you are probably more than familiar about. So basically, you can just choose first how many Indomie do you want.
Okay. Wow.
Usually it's only single or double. As expected, when we are eating outside, we have some self control. We'll probably just ordered one double and then ordered another single afterwards. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can choose your topping. So the most common topping is egg. So just fried egg.
Yeah.
Or depending on the shop, sometimes they don't. They just poach the egg and then just give it to you straight up. And then the other one is corned beef.
Okay.
And that is the standard one. Like they will probably give you bok choy, but it's kind of like a default. So if you don't want it, then you kind of like ask for no veggie. But like if you don't ask for no veggie, then they will probably give you the bok choy. So yeah, actually like the interesting thing is like the most complete package is called internet. But that's the short for Indomie, telur, cornet. So it just means Indomie, egg, and corned beef. Yeah, that is like the interesting one of the interesting food culture that is in Indonesia. So that will be your fifth night there. If you wanted to go a little bit spicier, then we can go to the places where they just basically sells you chili with Indomie as the side dish. Just like straight up, there is this one warmindo, so they just straight up. They don't even price the Indomie; they just price the chili. So like you pay 1,000 for each chili, and then you get the Indomie for free.
Yay! That sounds so good.
But yeah, it's only one part. It's actually kind of like they charge you like for each Indomie as well, but yeah, still, but it's like the price is basically spent on the chili because like it's like basically like 1,000 rupiah per chili. So like for 1.5 pounds, you get one Indomie with 25 chilies.
Wow.
Yeah, let that sink in. So it basically just chop up 25 Thai bird eye chilies. So like those small chilies that you see in the Asian market, like they can come from Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia. Like like sometimes it's with Southeast Asian chili, it can be kind of a gacha. But yeah, when you have 25, you have way too many chances to get the spicy one. It's probably not going to be important at that point. It's going to be spicy either way. You can go up to 100 chili.
What?
Yes. I will show you I will send you the video later where there are some people who have thrown the caution and health and the concept of health and safety out of the window and ate one single Indomie with 100 chili.
What the hell?
My goodness. Yeah, I think I barely survived the 25 one. I thought my spice tolerance was high enough, and then I ate the 25 one, and I was barely enjoying it. And the most fuck up part is like the moment I started to enjoy it, I ran out of noodle. It's starting to get good, and I don't have anything else, and I can't. I think I ordered it a little bit wrongly. I should have just ordered one with the 25 chili and ordered one without chili. Because at that time I was asking them like, what if I get like double from the beginning? And then they said, yeah, then you just double the price. Like, or imagine paying 50,000 rupiah, which is like 3 pounds. But still, like our usual meal is like 1 pound. So like imagine paying 3 pounds for 2 instant noodles with a bucket of chili.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we take those chili back home there?
Actually, yeah, if you don't mind the hygiene, then yeah, actually, there's no one stopping you, I guess. You can just bring a Tupperware and keep it, I think.
Yeah, then it's pretty worth it. You just bring the rest back and use it to cook.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I will try it next time. Maybe when you go to Jakarta, I will actually do that. And then the other feature from Warmindo, usually the dessert can either choose roti bakar, which is just toast with it's basically a mini martabak at that point. Basically, you can just choose toast with any topping. Yeah, the most standard one would all, of course, either chocolate sprinkles, cheese, peanut, and jam. For some reason, jam is more apparent in this establishments. And then they will they will take 2 pieces of really large but really cheap bread. They put the topping inside, close it, and then they will drown it in margarine. Oh, yeah, that is actually no. Yeah, that is something that I can't even remake it here with what I have in Germany. Fuck, our bread is too good. We need the shitty bread. My goodness. And the other one that I also like is actually like just this is it green bean? It's mung bean soup. So this is a sweet soup. Mung bean.
Mung bean.
Mung bean. Search that real quick. Mung bean. So it's the kind of green bean that they usually use as a dessert. But it's not a green. It's not a green bean like because I think like green bean in English means something else. Although like the Indonesian translation is kacang hijau, which is just green bean.
Okay.
So basically they just boil this until they open up, and then mix it with sugar and ginger, I think. Like they put in something that make it somewhat warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just eat it like a porridge, basically. But it's like a Teochew porridge, but with mung bean instead. Yeah, I don't know if you have eaten Teochew porridge.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Teochew porridge is just basically like the Chinese ochazuke, so it's just rice with water. My God, I think I'm not sure if it's the actual thing, because like I think I ordered it in Singapore once and then they just served me that. And I think looking at the photo from Google, it's not that far off. Maybe the place where I ate the Teochew porridge kind of like cut corners a little bit, but by just dousing the hot water on top of the rice.
Oh, so it's congee basically.
No, it's not to the point that it breaks down as a congee. So it's like just they just boil like cooked rice basically.
Yeah, they cook rice with extra water.
Yeah.
That's congee.
Yeah, but it's still pretty much rice, isn't it?
It's just that's congee. Congee is literally rice with extra water.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yes, 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 mom. That's all getting a little bit confusing, but yeah, because like for me, like congee is on the next level where the rice actually breaks down. So like if I can still see the rice, I don't really count this as a congee, but yeah.
Rice still breaks down when they're rice, man. Congee literally just means rice or extra water.
Okay.
Though I don't understand what's the difference with porridge, to be fair.
True. I guess porridge is kind of like grain that is, yeah, conceptually, congee is a type of porridge, I think.
I guess, yeah.
So porridge, not all porridge are congee, but congee are porridge.
Okay.
I think that should be the way to classify that kind of. But yeah, so that will be our dessert, and of course another bitter tea, because why not? It's free. And then at that point, I think we can stop going to the street. We can start going to the mall. So it's just Macca's.
Mackies.
Just kidding. We don't even. I don't think we even have like a Macca's and mall anymore. Like I think at
That's
some point,
enough.
yeah, I think at some point the Macca's they just switch their strategy, and then they just go back to the roots of Macca's, which is just property business. So basically, all the Macca's are outside of malls. They have like their own like a plot of land that is just Macca's. Yeah, and then
okay.
yeah, like Indonesia has lots to offer, but like the moment you ask me like what is the itinerary for like 1 week, I can't even go past the 6 day, because like at that point, fuck, we only have like hypothetically, like how long would you stay, like since Indonesia is so far away from you in general. I think like even if you go from Hong Kong, you will take still around 5 hours of flight. Like at that point, if you wanted to invest in a holiday, like how long would you want to stay?
In 1 week.
1 week. So we have 2 nights left. No, we don't have 2 nights left. We have only 1 night left, because like the first night, we fit you the.
Yeah, so 1 week, so 7 days, 6 nights. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Now that you have only 1 night, we have 1 night left. It's kind of hard to what to choose now. Guess I can go to. We can finally eat the actual congee now.
Bruh.
Go into the Chinese place. Yeah, what else can we offer? I think like the last generic one will probably like the seafood places.
Seafood is always good, yeah.
Yeah. I think like the fish I don't really rate it, but like the other ones, like the scallops, not scallops. Like, what is the animal group that scallops belongs to? Oysters.
Shellfish.
Yeah, shellfish. Yeah, the shellfish in general, they are really good. Shrimp, quite okay. I think the best for me will be grilled squid.
That's always nice. Squid is always good.
Yeah. My God.
Have you had sea urchins from Iceland before?
Oh, actually not yet. Oh, we can get them in Iceland.
Yeah, you can get them in Iceland, and then they sell them in the fish market in London. But yeah, so like last time when I was down in London with my bestie, he wanted to eat the sea urchins again before he returns to Hong Kong for real, because like he's not planning to come back to England anymore. So we planned like to have 30 sea urchins between 4 people. That was only £60, so £2 per sea urchin, and they were fresh from Iceland. Like we ordered on Thursday. We saw the box. The box says that they were captured on Tuesday. Yeah, we had to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the fish market and like to get a whole box from it. And obviously we didn't cook it, like we eat it raw. And then one of us can't we call him a professional, but because he's eaten sea urchins before, so he actually knows how to clean them and like display it well, things like that. And so like to finish 30 urchins, we spent a total of like 4 hours to do that, and like at least 2 hours were waiting for him to clean the sea urchins. Like I actually don't like sea urchins myself, but
Mm-mm.
it was alright. Like, cause it's actually different to the Japanese ones.
Mm-mm.
Like the Japanese ones, they a bit saltier
Ah.
and like a more heavy sense of kind of seawater.
Mm-mm.
But the Iceland ones are sweeter.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, but like I don't quite like them either way.
Mm-mm.
Actually, like if you give me like 2 or 3 pieces
Mm-mm.
for like dinner,
Mm-mm.
I'm fine with that. But like we're talking about 30 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the seafood will probably be the last meal, your last meal before you go back. Oh, with the seafood places, I don't know why, but they always do it the best. Is their stir fried water spinach. I paid like close to €5 for like a
Mm-hmm.
handful of water spinach, which will
Uh-huh.
which will even shrunk even smaller when you cook it. So it's like, god damn.
Oof.
But it was so good though. Yeah, I think like probably water spinach is my favorite vegetables in general. What about you? Like, do you have any favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
Oh, yeah, that's actually not a bad choice.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean actually putting oyster sauce on it is good enough.
Uh-uh.
Like at least it got something on it. But like, I mean, like when we were in high school, and then
Mm-mm.
like the way they make the broccoli is literally just
Mm-mm.
boil it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they add some salt to it,
Mm-mm.
and then nothing else, not even sauce.
So even salt is a maybe.
Huh?
Fucking. So even the salt is a maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
My
So,
god.
like my classmates like, oh, I don't like broccoli. If you cook it that way, of course you don't like it.
Yeah, I know, right? God damn it. Put some butter on it.
Yeah, exactly. At
Uh,
least put some butter on it. Even that is better.
mm-mm. No, right? Oh yeah, and speaking of vegetables and butter, like the one thing that I kind of still wanted to recreate, but uh, I still can't figure out how to do it. Is like I went to Ippudo, which is like one of the ramen, like the largest ramen chain in Japan. They have a branch in Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have like this. I ordered as a side dish a
Mm-hmm.
cauliflower, like their grilled cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
My god, this is the best
Yeah,
cauliflower that I ever had.
cauliflower is also good, especially since like when they also deep fry them.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. That sounds so good. Yeah. Kind of wanted to touch cauliflower again, but yeah, I think it's not that often that you can get it fresh in Germany. I think like lately, don't know what happens with the
No,
cauliflower.
definitely
Yeah.
not flash. Definitely not fresh. And most
Mm-mm.
of the time, it's
Yeah,
frozen
true.
food.
Oh yeah.
Like if you want them fresh, it's gonna be expensive as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even the frozen one lately they are not selling it. So I was kind of wondering what happens. Maybe the supply chain is coming from like a pretty problematic place. But yeah,
Mm.
that is one possibility, or they just not in season. So maybe they are more seasonal than I thought, and I just thought that it would be around. So I think that is one of my other culture shocks moving to Germany, because like yeah, the veggies will always be available, right? I forgot that I
Mm-hmm.
live like in a country that where the sun never leaves you.
Mm.
And then here, like the sun will appear for 2 months and then leave you for the rest of the year. Yeah, my job here is done. I gave you guys shower for 2 months and now I am done. My god. So yeah, appreciate the sun, guys.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, since I have accidentally, I kind of wanted to steer it back to BSS, but I guess it can't be helped that it has been a pretty slow week, if anything. So I accidentally made 1 week itinerary for Ayumu if we ever visit Jakarta for 1 week, which is arguably to eat the dishes is not enough, but to kind of look around, it's probably way too long. Yeah, I mean like we only talk about like the nighttime, right? We don't really talk about the daytime, which
Yeah.
probably we're going to the car shop, Next day we're going to the next card shop. Third day we're going to the other card shop. Fourth day we're finally going to the museums. And then fifth day we are going to the other card shop. Now that you have went to the museum, okay, we can go back to the card shops.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you guys wanted to ask us about anything, or if you want us to talk about any other specific topics, like if you want me to actually complete like the daytime itinerary as well, for example, in Jakarta or Surabaya, or if you want Ayumu to share his itinerary of visiting Hong Kong for 1 week or the UK. I don't know why you would want to visit the UK, but yeah. Anyway, if you want that, you can always send us your questions, comments, or anything to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you are listening this on YouTube, then you can also comment below. We will try to answer as much as we can. But if the topic is kind of large enough, then we will try to talk about it in the podcast. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. Admittedly, I took a little bit too much of my sweet time with it. But yeah, we hope that you guys have a nice week going forward. And we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye.